Hi everyone, I'm Sheena and welcome to the thing I bought from. Today's thing I bought from is this brush set from 13 Brushes. Or is it 13 Rushes? I don't know guys. But anyway, it's a Singaporean based brush company and I'm going to be doing my face and showing you how the brushes work and how they perform and everything. But first things first, I actually bought this set on their website. It's 124 and that sounds like a lot of money, but after you break it down and I show you what's inside, it actually isn't as pricey as you think. There's a slightly more expensive option, $5 more, and you actually get a box like this. They sent this to me for free because there are a bit of dents in it apparently. I honestly cannot tell. Maybe I'm not picky, but yeah, look, it's so cute. Bree's Adventures in the Rainforest. Now this is the travel set. Apparently they're coming out with a travel set every year or something like that, but I just really like this because of the color. I will show you in a bit. So the box comes like this. It looks like a storybook, which is kind of cool. Yeah. And the inside looks like that. It comes with a dust case, so if you're traveling or whatever and you don't want the bag to get dirty, you can put it in here. It came with a handwritten note explaining that yeah, we're just gonna give you a box because it's slightly dented anyway, so just give you. And what I really liked was that they spared no expense. They actually gave brush guards that came wrapped around some of the bigger brushes, and these are really good when you're washing your brushes, because after you've washed your brushes, you can slip your brush inside these and they'll help to keep the shape of your brush. So it's really nice that they just provided it for free, so you don't have to go and buy it, which is awesome. Now it also came with a little storybook like this, and the front of it is like a nice illustrated book. You can actually see this on their website in more detail. And then this is my favorite part. They explain every single brush and how it works and you know what you're using it for and things like that. So this is really good for, say, you know, friends who are not too used to using makeup brushes yet, or this is their first set or something like that. So you know, you can just give them the gift set, which comes with a nice box like that for just $5 more, and then you know they'll know exactly what to do with them, which is really quite cool. Now on to the main event. Let's put this away. The brushes themselves. Now this is a really brave choice, right? A white bag for a brush set, but the thing is, it's actually made of it's not made of leather, because 13 Brushes prides themselves on being a cruelty-free company. In fact, that's the whole reason the company started, to be cruelty-free and to make high-quality brushes using synthetic bristles. So no animals were harmed at all. This is not leather, but it feels like leather. It feels like, you know, this Saffiano leathers from LV or whatever. Very nice, very nice. And then after that, the zipper is nice robin egg blue. So anyway, this material is stain resistant, which means that if you accidentally get something on it, you can just take some makeup remover and wipe it right off. Also, they tell me. I have not actually tried it and I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible for as long as I can. Okay, don't ask me to test. I cannot. Okay, anyway, the brushes look like this. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 brushes in the set. $124 for 11 brushes. You do the math, because my math sucks like nobody's business. And the thing is, they pride themselves on the fact that despite this being a travel kit, it's pretty much a full-on kit that you can do every part of your face with. There's not a single brush here that is considered extra. It does depend on how you apply your makeup. Like personally, I might not use the lip brush as much because I just tend to apply my lipstick out of the tube like a barbarian. But you know, if I was applying like a more stark shade, like a deep red or whatever, it will come in really handy. So you know, literally nothing here is extra. Everything can be used. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna show you right now with my naked face. I'm so sorry for what comes next. Okay, so this is without makeup, and I'm gonna start putting on my makeup now using the brushes from 13 Brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my eye makeup. Let's see which palette I should use today. This one, I got it for Christmas from my friend Yvonne. Thank you very much. I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite palettes. Ta-da! Lots of colors. Now, this is not a makeup tutorial. I'm just going to show you how well the brushes do. So, yeah, I'm not gonna really like, you put this color in the here. There are much better tutors out there, okay? Alright, so I think today we're gonna go with a little bit of a goldy kind of hue. So this is the eye opener brush. It's quite cool because each brush has the name written on it, and that helps a lot because sometimes, you know, because they're not exactly put in sequence so that they can fit better into the bag, you might get confused as to what is to what. Of course, it's one of those things, over time as you get more used to your collection, you'll be more accustomed to picking out the right one. As you can see, it's a flat-ish domed shaped one, and it's very good for packing on color. As you can see, I'm using Ginger Doodle, which is a sort of a shimmery champagne color, and I like that it really just packs on the color very well, and precisely. That's the other thing. It is quite precise, which is awesome. Okay, so after that's done, I'm going to add on my second color, and this, I'm going to use the other brush. This brush is called the Crease Definer brush, and as you can see, it's slightly angled. It's quite flat on the side, angled, but roundish at the same time, if that makes sense. Okay, and what this really does very well is it grabs color and puts it in the outer V of your eye quite easily, like so. So what this does is that it's able to sort of pull the color into your crease and give you a very defined sort of cut crease thing going on. I'm using lava cake in case it matters. So that's done. The next eyeshadow brush is the is the Fluffy Blender. It's a little bit tricky to do this because I'm holding the palette in one hand and pulling the brushes out with the other, so it's a little bit, you know. Now it's a nice big fluffy brush, as you can see, and just going in with circles to sort of lessen the harshy lines. Yeah. Now what I really like about the brushes is that they're all very soft. Very, very soft. Like, I don't feel like I'm being poked at all. And because of the way they are, the way the collection is structured, you can have a very precise application, which is another thing I really love, because there are a lot of kits out there that can let you apply eyeshadow, but not necessarily with a lot of precision. So I'm going back with the eye opener brush. Okay, so now I've sort of finished my eyes. I'm going to start with my base makeup now. Sigh of relief. I'm not particularly impressed by this foundation, but you know, it's a foundation, so I'm just gonna show you the use of the brush. Okay, this is the base buffer brush, as you can see, flat top, very nice. It's very dense, so it doesn't really absorb a lot of the liquid. Okay, I'm quite amazed actually, because you know, I used this foundation before and I wasn't particularly blown away by it, so I was just gonna use it as an example, but it performed really well with the brush, so I am slightly in shock and really quite pleased, because this means that I kind of saved the entire bottle of foundation. The thing is, the brush is so dense that it kind of didn't really go through much of it either, and I like that it's quite bouncy in a way. So in certain areas where I needed a little bit more coverage, like my freckles, I kind of just stippled it on like that, and it kind of provided the coverage I needed already. So I love you. I love you so much. You are awesome. I do have still a little bit of under eye going on there, so I'm going to use my under eye concealer. Now this one I actually really quite like. This is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Circles. It's kind of like a, what you call it? It's kind of like a color corrector more than anything else. And inside it looks quite little at the moment because I actually scooped out a bunch. I also have the other one that they have called the Bye Bye Redness. This is for like rosacea or rashes or redness, basically, right? So I decanted them into a cute little container like this for contact lenses. Oh wait, R is red, so the Hello Kitty face is the one that has my under eye concealer. Alrighty, so now we are going to go with the under eye corrector brush. Now this is like possibly one of my favorite brushes in the whole set because I don't actually have a brush like that currently. So yeah, so just bounce it a little bit and think of it like almost like a stamp. Alright. So the good thing is that it's very soft. Like when I'm doing this, usually with my other stand-in brushes for under eye concealing, I would be poked to hell and this is deeply uncomfortable. But with this, it's very soft. I don't really feel any discomfort. No, I don't feel any discomfort, period. And it does its job really, really well. But now my under eye is mostly gone. I mean, granted, you're not gonna go around looking at people like that. So, you know, straight on. It's like one eye big, one eye small, what the hell. And because your under eye area is particularly delicate, you don't want to be using like a hard or stiff or pokey brush there, because not only will it hurt, it's going to give you wrinkles in advance, so none of us want that. And that's the under eyes solved. I still have a little bit of acne scar here from before, so I'm gonna use a concealer. I'm currently using the MKUP. I know it's like completely gone, but the MKUP concealer kit is got 3 colors inside. As you can see, I've hit pan on one already. Small dab. Oh wait, okay, never mind. Small dab. Let's conceal the corners of my mouth first. I quite like this as a overall concealer brush because, you know, it's sort of the right size and you kind of like stamp the product onto whatever it is that is bothering you and making you feel meh. So it's kind of cool. Okay, but now I want to show you the other, its little brother, sister. This is the Blemish Buster brush. Look at how small and cute it is. Cute. So basically you kind of dot your product with it and find where the spot is. Just pop it on. Now the cool thing about this is that because it's so small and so precise, it makes it very easy to sort of target the spots. So now my base makeup is mostly done. I'm going to go and powder my face. And so I'm going to use the powder puffer brush. Now this powder puffer brush is really soft and very flexible, which is good because I find that it really fits in nicely under the under eye. So I am using another IT Cosmetics thing. It's a palette. It's got pressed powder, highlighter, GSC, blusher, and contour. Sorry, I forgot the name. So I'm just gonna pat my brush in the pressed powder a bit and then start with my under eye circle. As you can see, it sort of just sits there very nicely, and because of the way the bristles are so soft and so flexible, it's sort of able to set my under eye very easily without accidentally stabbing myself in the eyeball, which is a bit of a drawback that I found with some other brushes. Now, it is kind of considered relatively small compared to my other all-over powder brush, but that's it. This is a travel kit after all. And to be honest, when you lay it flat on your skin, it's actually quite big lah. It's like, I can't really explain how soft it is. Okay, that's that for powder. I usually don't contour my face because now I do the whole just highlight thing, but since we have it, we might as well try it. This is the Creme Sculptor. It's actually meant more for cream contour, but I don't have cream contour because I don't roll that way. So I'm just going to use the powder. Be light with it, I think. Ooh, I don't know how. Slightly concerned because I've not tried this in a long time. So as you can see, it's narrow one way, wide the other. I'm going to go in with the wide. Oh, okay. Again, this one offers you a lot of precision, which may be a good or a bad thing depending on what you're into. Because, you know, some people like their contour to be like, but I like it to be a bit more diffuse, which is okay. It just means I have to run my brush around a little bit more. Blusher first. We have the Cheeky shader. It's a, well, pretty normal looking brush. But I like that it's slightly smaller than my current one, which means it's a bit more precise in placing color. Oh, pretty. Blusher done. Now, my favorite part, highlighter. This is the Glow Getter brush. As you can see, it's kind of like a smaller version of the powder brush that I used earlier, right? Very similar. And it's also very soft and flexy. So I'm going to use the highlighter here because it's a bit more obvious than the one that I'm currently using. I'm also currently using the MKUP highlighter, but it's very nice in person. On camera, it's a bit more subtle, so I'm going to use this one to show you better. I really like highlighters. It's a little bit of a disease, I think, but they're so nice. Anyway, so that's done. Oh yes, I need to go back and do my under eyes, otherwise it looks a bit bleak, empty at the moment. Okay, so I have two options. I can either go in with this, which is the, oh dear, what are you called? The crease definer brush, which I usually use as an under eye anyway. Or, remember that tiny little brush I used for concealing just now? Yeah, it can also work as an under eye shader sort of thing as well. So I'm going to do one side each, okay? Let's go with the crease definer first. As above, so below. And I'm going to do my other one with the Blemish Buster brush. So there's still one brush I haven't showed you yet. I've literally used everything in the kit so far except for this one. And this is the lip brush. Now this is a bit strange for me because I usually do not use lip brushes. I just apply things out the tube because I tend to use very neutral colors. So yeah, no, it doesn't require that much precision anyway. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Streak Lipstick, apply some on, and okay, so there's that. That was the lip definer brush. It's really quite interesting because, you know, a lot of lip brushes tend to be kind of like a pointy teardrop shape, but this is flat and this is flat. So I actually kind of preferred this because it's a lot easier to get into the, you know, like the very corners and really define them as opposed to a general lip brush shape, which that might be why I never use them because, you know, they don't really work very well for me. Okay, and this is the finished look. I'm very pleased with my brushes. Now, I've actually tried some yesterday when I first got them, but I didn't use all of them. So now I have, and I am even more in love with this set than ever before. Love you guys. Now, as I mentioned before, it's a travel set, so, you know, as you can see, it's quite short, but it's meant to be because it's a travel set. I find that I have no problems gripping it. It's comfortable for me, but I can recognize the fact that people with bigger hands or might feel a little bit more restrained with it. That said, the company does produce a lot of full-sized brushes as well, but I don't think they have a set that's as complete as the travel set. So if you're looking for a good quality makeup brushes, you don't want to hurt animals, and you're based anywhere in the world because they send internationally, do give 13 brushes, 13 rushes, or is it 13 rushes? I don't know, but give them a look-see. These are some of the best brushes I've owned in my life and that I've felt on my face, so I recommend them without hesitation. Do give them a look, and that's it from me. See you next time. Bye bye.